All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Manon. I'm a Sudowrite user for quite a bit, over a year and a half. I'm working with AI for a lot longer. And I'm a published author. I publish articles on medium.com. I'm on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Ingram Spark, and yada, yada, yada. Many of those. I write my book, which are published, are nonfiction, and I also have coloring book published. I have some story on Medium and articles. And when I share the document, you'll be able to go and check all these things. So Sudowrite 101 is we're going to have an introduction, which we just did. I'm going to demonstrate for 45 minutes everything I can show you. And we're going to have a Q&A at the end. Sounds good? All right, so the 101 is the class of today. Tomorrow we're going to have the 201, which means we'll go deeper into the Sudowrite and get story going, article going, or true story going, whichever we're going to have our fancy on, because when we teach Sudowrite, we never know in which direction we're going. We get sidetracked and we teach something that wasn't supposed to be that we wanted to teach, and there we go. Because depending on who is in the class, so we like to follow what you want to learn. The decorum is please raise your hand to speak. Mute your microphone when you're not speaking. Make sure there's no background sound, because it's very hard for us when we're teaching. We're on a line of thinking and we're talking, and then there's someone is laughing or talking to his husband or his wife or his children, and we get sidetracked. All right. You know where the raise button is on the direction button. And you can also put question in the chat. All right, let's stop this sharing. All right, so we have Hank. Bless you. Hank, Scott, Laurel, Roger, Helly, John. Hi, John. Placira, Sandra, Mary. It's not the first time you're on my class, Sandra. You told me I had a nice name the other day. There you go. Addie, Christopher, Bruce, Katrina, Hood, Antonia, James. Hi, James. Clarissa. Hi, Clarissa. Maria. Matthew, Levin.
And quick to learn, but more difficult to master.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the connection. Please try again for a moment.
Sudowrite can be a Discord server where we share class recordings.
Okay, I think I got wherever that was. Everyone can hear me? Everyone can see the screen? All right, I'd like to know how many of you are brand new to Sudowrite, meaning you have it like in a week max. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other one, I cannot see your screen, so I don't know what you're doing. So you may have to put it in the chat. OD. Cool. All right. I'm new to it too. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump right in to see what we're going to do. Let's go with the stop. Close this. Close this. I was wondering where the things are. Choose this. We got that done. So this is the website of Sudowrite. So everyone which is in this class know about how to get in the class and how to sign up. So all our events are here. So today is the Sudowrite 101, 201, 301, and Book in a Month is a special class that we have to register. A lot of book in a month. So I'm the only one doing classes this month. Okay. At the end of the class or during the class, or probably I will share it right now. This is based on the last class I did with a lot of information already, but it's going to be updated as we go because we're not going to use the same story that we use in February when I teach the last class. This is our Sudowrite. This is the very, very first screen when you come in. This is all the story and the project I'm working on. I'm working a lot on doing French story. I'm doing a lot of children's story, and I mean not young kids. It's between like 7 and 13 and 15 years old. I have quite a bit of, I have some taboo, teen story, true story with my grandfather. You can see I have my project in Medium also here. So everything is in my Sudowrite. And I have two accounts. This is my teaching account, and I have a writer-publisher account, which I use a lot. So let's see. I lost my chat. Where's my chat? There we go. Everyone is very quiet in the chat. Okay, let's keep on that. So on the top, if you want to do a new project, you click on new. We're not doing that right away. We're going to get on this here. The interrogation point where you can ask frequent asked question. And you can find a lot of information. Just go in your search, ask your question, and if it's there, you're going to find it. Next, we have join Discord. How many of you are already on Discord? You can put it in the chat, yes, yes, or no, because I cannot see everyone, all the yes, no, okay. So I strongly suggest you go in Discord and sign up. We have tons and tons of information in Discord. Let's see if that will. So how you get there, you go into the interrogation point and click on join Discord. And we're going to find where we are. Everyone in Sudowrite, we are here. You're going to see the events going on, the channels, which is going to be what you are going to add when you log in. You say what genre you're writing in, and the genre will show up in this area here. There's exercise, mystery, and everybody is writing in the same genre than you. A lot of information, bulletin board, tips and tricks, feedbacks, announcement. So it's packed a lot of information, and there's always someone to help you in Discord. Just go in the help, ask your question, and someone will answer you. Inside 2 hours, normally, you get an answer back. Sounds good? All right. You can also read the guide. Which is basically a small interactive guide that you can read for all the little things that you may forget after the class. And then we have report a bug and suggest feature. So once you get more advanced into the right and you want to suggest some things, as I really like to do, clicking on one button and, I don't know, see my chapter lining up or something like that. Just go and ask that feature. You can go and search first if the feature is already there or not. So you can search. And what I like to do is search, because for me, it's definitely, I like to have more language, different language, because I write in French, to be more supported. So you can go, you can see all the people which are in there. You can share the link to your friend. And what is good to have is you can, I would have to sign it, but you can go and up or down the support for that. Next, let's see, we have 10,000 things open. You can email them at hi@sudowrite.com, and you can also chat with them. The gear icon is basically where is your login information, how many credit you have, sorry, for the month. And you can also see how many credit you're using during your session. So at the end of your session or during your session, if you want to know how much credit you use on each tool you're using, you're going to see it right here under the recent activity. You can start a tour or you can log out, obviously. You can choose your font, any font you want, even for people who has dyslexic. You can use this and have an easier way for you to read. You can change the size of your letters, the spacing, and you can change your background. Some people don't like the sorbet. They like something less hard for their eyes or darker. So you can change these color. I'm a turquoise person, so I like this one quite a bit. All right. Let's see here. Cool. What else do we have here? That's basically it. You can also get your affiliation with Sudowrite. Just click here, follow the information. You can show the word the word count, and you can indent your paragraph. I do not suggest for you to turn this one up, because when you take your paragraph or your chapter and you bring it into a program to do your books, the indentation, when you bring it in the book, it's too big and you have to go and take them all off one after the other. It's not another way for you to edit your book, but it's not always fun when you want things to go a bit faster. All right. Sorry. Let's start a new project here. Let's see what else if I forgot anything. Plugin. Everyone have access to plugin? This is based on all the writers, the ambassador, and the teacher. They need something special for writing their story or doing a book or road bumps on the road when they're doing their, it's like your cursor is all over the place. Yeah, sorry. I will try to leave it on one side. So mine that I made are right here. Just have the Canadian flag showing that that's me. And normally I try to put the flag of the language. So you know that I do French and I do English. So these are all the ones that I wrote. Wow, I wrote quite a bit. We get sidetracked sometimes, but we do work a lot in the background. All right, let's go back to Sudowrite. I will show you how to use those too. Come on, go back. All right. If you have some project that you delete, you can delete them and you can permanently delete them, or you can restore them. Know that as soon as you click on permanently, that's it. You cannot get back to those, okay? Then there's, to register in a class, the community, read the manual, and there's also a YouTube channel that you can go. There's all those classes from the past all the way to today that you can go. There's tons and tons of information you can get on this. Okay, let's go back here. All right, let's get in the juicy of Sudowrite and let's start a new project. So I got a few of you who says they want help for a novel. They want help for a biography. They want help on project they already have. Some are to write story for a classroom. So can you put in a chat what you would like to see today to start our first class, and I can show you all the button that we have here on top, which we call the laser tools. Novel writing, how to write a short story using Story Engine. It give you a little bit more time to write down what you like to see. Integrate chapter into master novel, refine. Oh, poem. I haven't seen that in a while. Beginner write. Okay. All right. So on top of everything else, I really like we can show the poem, integrate chapter into a master, thinking of story beat, having Sudowrite flesh them out. Laurel, that's going to be tomorrow because this is for more advanced once we have a story written. But tomorrow we're definitely going to start talking about the beats and how to flesh them out. And definitely on the 301, we're going to have a pretty good story written all together. Plotting a novel, writing a novella in a series where the first few already written. Novel. All right. So how to break through the writer blocks also, how to brainstorm, twist character, completion of paranormal romance novel, writing a story, finishing my novel, learn how to use Sudowrite effectively, update Sudowrite function, write my first novel, write story for teaching purpose, write a book, and write my memory. All of these can be done with Sudowrite. So, okay, I've got the 100 story beats, and I love to figure out this on. I write a lot. I believe you. Okay, let's see here. The first thing I like to show you. We're going to go into the brainstorm on top here. Okay, and that's what we call our laser tool. So I'm going to try to see if I can get all those laser tool and show you as much as possible of what you told me in the chat. So the poem, we can ask anything here. So we're going to ask something else. I'm going to ask Sudowrite if it can give us a list of poem. It's me 5 idea or poem. What kind of poem would you like? Increase the screen size. Is that my screen you want me to upgrade to get bigger or yours on? Let's see if I can get this bigger. Is that better? All right, so give me 5 ideas of poem. And what kind of poem would you like for children, for adults, for love? What kind of poem? Self-love. There we go. Let's see what it's going to give us. Click start. And then it's going to give us choices here. As you can see, a poem about embracing imperfection and loving oneself. Embracing your imperfection, and poem about loving yourself despite your flaws. Poem about embracing loving one's flaws and imperfection. Spoken words poem, little self-love that celebrate all the unique. I like that. So if I like it, thumbs up. Beauty within. Light, important self-love, accepting your own flaws and imperfection, poem about embracing. As soon as I click on one that I like, you can see a new one will show up on top. Living your imperfection. Imperfection and loving yourself, okay. Poem about beauty, strength for yourself. All right, so we have these ideas. I don't really want that. Then if you do thumbs down, it's going to give you, oh, Haiku, about finding inner peace. That's good. So we have 4. We just need one more. Lyric, poem, metaphor. That might be interesting. Okay. Once we have our 5 that we like, and know that these use a credit So everything that the AI generates is going to use credit. So I have my 5 keepers, save and exit. Going to get my screen bigger. Where is my, something is not right here. Just give me a second because I'm supposed to see. Ah, there it is. See if I can get my screen a bit bigger to be able to see everything. Okay. I need to get my screen a bit smaller so I can see everything. There we go. All right. So we have our brainstorm here in the story. We have our 5 idea of poem. So I like to try, let's see if we insert this here. Click insert and they all come here. Once they are in this panel, that's where you can start using everything on top. For one thing, Sudowrite is going to give you a title right away. As soon as you put things into the main screen, and you know it's like a Word document, you have your bold letters, your italic letters, underscore, scratch. You can do your bullet letters, headers. This is your main screen to do all that. And you can see that's where all our chapter and our beats will be showing up once we get that story Bible going in Canvas. Like I said, it's a big program. So here, I can say that we want this poem going. We can do in different way to do that. We can do the right here. So, and that's the first time I do that with poems. So we're going to check together how that works. First, I like to have 2 cards. You have the choice of the number of cards you want when you use the tools on top here. I want it to be creative, but I don't really want to see dragon and witches in it. So I'm going to put it right in the middle. The model, you have all those models here that you can use. We have the experimental one. And the last one, I think you all know about Gemini Pro, which is the Google AI. And then we have Claude. We have, these are the one we've been using for 2 years now, if it's not a bit more. The fastest, most accurate, best prose, and unfiltered. I really like them to also add the balance here, which is my favorite. So right now we're going to go with best prose. And we're going to tell him that we are doing poems and on self-love. So I let him know exactly what we're doing so he's not going all over the place. So, and I want 500 words to use. So you can go the autocomplete, which is one of the magic one. And because I already put everything that I want in my key details, you should give me what I'm looking for. So here we can ask to write. I'm going to move this here. What it's going to do with this if I just click on write at the end of this sentence here. You can see it's doing 2 cards. It's a bit slow, but it's going. I don't know if you understood what I'm looking for. Okay, the speakers start by comparing the soul of the desert, the personality. So basically all what it's doing right now is giving me more idea. So this is not what I was looking for. But I tell you that if you go at the end of this line and say, okay, I want more idea, it's going, oh, there you go. He decided to give me one. So he did finish basically after 1. So if I put it after 5, it will not have given me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's giving us a small poem here. A chapter based on some beats that modified slightly after generating. Yeah. Claude is a bit special that way. So as the wind carries gentle coax me forth through the parch of weary land. So it's a nice one. And what's about this one? So this one, it doesn't go any farther at all. So basically give you one little poem here to work with. All right, so we use the right button for this one. Now I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can close a few windows here. What I'm going to show you is the next one here. Sorry, I have dogs. All right. Let's see if we can ask for something else. You can ask describe, you can describe the, we have also the quick edit. Basically, we're chatting with ChatGPT. We can ask about this poem. We can probably says, write a poem based on the follow. Let's see what it's going to do. It's going to cross it off and is writing. In the dim light of the room, a single spotlight illuminates the stage. Whisper, hush, as anticipation fill the space. A long figure step forward, their presence commanding, words dripping with passion. So, ChatGPT here gave you a poem. You can accept or reject. You can also do a thumbs up so the team know you like it. We can tell the team that it did work well. It gave us a small poem. Then you can say accept or reject. When you accept, your little phrase is going to go away and you only end up with the result. We ask them to give us the history so we don't lose anything when we use ChatGPT. They're working on that. All right, so this is how to make a small poem. Now, we can also ask a different way to do a poem. Let's see if we can get this one here. Ctrl copy, and I'm going to show you how to use you have to open a brand new project, like I said, add new on title. You go in the plugin, and what we're looking for first draft. So you click on first draft, and in first draft, you're going to have a lot of your question answer right here. You can start to write a mystery story. Everything you have on your story, and I'm not sure now, it's 500 word story to start. I think it's maximum of 1,000 words, but don't quote me on that. But you can put a lot in first draft and start a mystery, a non-fiction article, and I tell you, Sudowrite is very good. You can put one sentence and it's going to give it to you, and sometimes you need to put a lot more information for it to give you a good non-fiction article. You can develop your character here. Basically, put everything about your character and ask, write a sheet for board, like it says here, or arc, or give me more physical or how the person is talking in the story. You can put that there with your character, and it's going to upgrade your character or give you idea. You can do research and you can do outline. So you can put a story or a title and says, I like for you to do an outline based on some genre, and it's going to do it here. So for us, we're going to say about our lyric poem. So I'm going to tell it to write a lyric poem, and I'm just going to go and enter. And there you go, the little magic going. And it's giving you like lyric. You can make, probably if you have a good person there which know how to do music, you can probably put musical notes to it and have a song right here. And yes, I got Sudowrite to write song for my kids' stories. So a lot of my kids' stories have song written. So forest as transformation. Can you copy, pass into the text box? In the chat, I cannot do the whole thing in the chat because there's not enough space in Zoom to get the whole thing. But what I'm going to do after the class, I'm going to put all the information we visit today, and I mean all of it, in this document here. And I'm going to pass it through along with the video, which will be put into the Discord program under the, where's the classes? Each time I get to this, I always get lost. Bulletin, ambassador, teacher. But you see the classes? The classes are in here somewhere. All our video. Here we go. So we have our event, your general exercise. So here, all our things are, our class are here. Probably I have something wrong with my setting because I don't see the classes, but that's okay. But they're going to be added. Now, can you copy text from the doc into a search creative box? Can you unmute Roger and explain what you're looking for?
Sure, and hello. So
Hi.
what I'm wondering is if I have a Word doc that
Mhm.
describes the task that I want to set into the writing program, can I copy and paste that into that box that you were typing in previously?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything that you already have, you can bring it in this, like I said, you get new, you go in the plugin, and you go and ask the first draft. And everything you have, if you already have a small article, says, I want to write an article on cancer based in Canada in the language of English for people of 20 years old to understand what's going on. And you can give all the details in this box here, and it's going to do it for you.
Great. One last question about that. So
Mhm.
then can I copy and paste what it gives me into another doc, into a Word doc?
Absolutely. So what you do, you go into your result. You can take the whole thing, select all, you copy, and like I said, I'm going to bring everything in this document. So last story idea. So this is what we did last we start. Step 1, step 2. I'm going to go at the end, so this way that would be easier so I don't delete things which should not be deleted. CTRL-V. So we have our little poem right here.
Thank you.
In anything you're using, you can put it in a Word, in Page, in Vellum, in Google. This is a Google Drive. Everywhere you put your books or you want to publish your book for, you can use that. Sounds good? All right. Hank?
Yes, I would like to know, what is the how many words maximum can you put in that initial box?
That was my question I had also. They say to put 500, but I think it's probably maximum is 1,000 words. I think you can put into that box.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but play with it, put your information in it, and you'll know because it's write 500 story about, but it's more than 500 words we can put in there. That I know for sure. But you play with it and put all your information. So this is one way of going. Now the plugin. You can have, there's so many plugins out there that you can use. I'm not going to put 3 sensual stories. Children's story. So what I'm going to ask is idea for children's story. And all I did is click on that plugin which I made. And it's going to give me idea for children's story. Depending how fast it's going to go. Come on. There we go. So it's starting to give me idea to write kid story. So once upon a time in a quainted little town, there is lived Teddy, Teddy Bear. The summer morning, eyes wide, Rocco. So he started to give me a story for children. This is one way for you to have some help on how to do a story. But you can also say, and I'm going to go into the program here. And let's see some of your idea that you gave me when you log in. So help on. Working on another fiction story. Let's see, paranormal romance, middle school chapter books. Go with this one. That kind of cover pretty much a lot of people. And I like also the 7th and 17th century Roman basking in shiny armor. Maybe that will be for making sure there's no people which can be, how to say, frustrated by getting some sexual content. So we're not going to use that for this class. But here we can say we're going to write a romance middle school chapter book. So give me 3 ideas for a paranormal romance middle book chapter book. Very simple. Enter. So as she walked through the wind, middle school, I think it took everything literally. It's basically writing the story. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to let him finish because he might have a very good story. And you can also see the words is using on top here. So middle school monotony. So basically he wrote a story with what I asked, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted idea for story. So let's go back here, add new. Let's ask again in first draft. There's also that poem thing down here that you can use for the person who likes to do poem, how to do character. And I'm going to show you visualize too. All right, so let's see. Idea for a paranormal romance. Let's see if we get them to be very nice. 3 stories. Now, come on, give me 3 story idea. There we go. No, it's giving me a chapter. The discovery. Okay. I guess today it doesn't want to give us what we're looking for. Let's do a brainstorm then. That's give me some. Okay, he's not finished doing what he's doing, so I have to wait. If he's not finished, he's not going to do anything else. And the only way to finish or get this to stop is to go and do the recycling of the page. So I'm going to let him finish what he's doing. How many words we have now? So just that, it gave me 1,288. Oh, he's still writing. He's writing the whole chapter 1. Still writing. Wow. Okay. Maya. One thing is when you do use Sudowrite or any AI, be careful. A lot of names and words are coming back, and these kind of let people know you're using AI. Not exactly for everyone, but these names like Maya, Sebastian, some wood as last name, Blackwood and things like that, they use them a lot. So if you use the AI to write your book, change the name of your character for something more useful, more personalize your character, and change the name that they give you. It's a one big thing to do with AI because they like to reuse those words a lot. So it gave us a first chapter of the book of what we were asking for, which wasn't exactly what we wanted because we did ask to have, did it finish? A paranormal romance story. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to get into give me, because we did go here. Word building, plot point, name, place, object, description. Okay, let's try that again. Paranormal romance for middle school. Stories. Leave alone context. What would be the context of this one? Star is going to give us with this. The piano sit against the fire in a corner, the picture, the doorknob brass. This is not it. That's not what I'm looking for. I really asked for some help on to getting something. It's giving me story for inside the story. Okay. So we have the first chapter of a book. We didn't ask for that, but that's what they gave us anyway. So I'm going to see if I can give you how to write with the rest of those tools. Because if you have your story, let's pretend this is something you have written. Two people have the same idea. What is likelihood of repetition? There is no likelihood of repetition. The AI is not good to duplicate anything, not even a picture. Does that answer your question, Uji or Laurel? Uji. Okay. The AI is going to, you can put the same sentence 100 times, and the answer would be similar, but 100 different answer from the AI or from Sudowrite. You'll never have the same story twice. Okay, we have the guided instruction, autocomplete. You can shift tone in the middle of your story. These are all the writing. What's the autocomplete? Is this at the end? I can show you the autocomplete. Okay. See here, we have, it's not the end of the chapter. It's a good part of the chapter, but it's finishing a bit funny. So as the day went, Maya did the best she can keep her eyes on Ezra. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. This only time it does similar is working with plagiarist content like the first chapter of Harry Potter. What do you mean, Laurel, by that?
So if you put in the first chapter of Harry Potter and say what comes next and ask it to generate content, it will look extremely like the rest of the book of Harry Potter.
Okay.
Because Harry Potter's content's all over the place, and so it knows what the first chapter is and what's supposed to come next, and so it will generate that. But if you're not using plagiarized content, so not putting in the first chapter of Harry Potter, then it's not going to generate similar stuff.
Okay, I understand what you're talking about now. So one thing for sure, as we go deeper into Sudowrite, and we're going to find our voice, the way we want to write a story, which is basically our style. That's why I'm going to teach you or let you know about do not put down that you want to write like the person who write Harry Potter, or that you want a story which is similar to Harry Potter, because you're definitely going to have things from the Harry Potter, because this is basically what you ask Sudowrite to do. And that's where the plagiarist can come in, because you are asking Sudowrite to write in the same style of the book or the author. And this is where we don't want that kind of things to happen, because that's where you can get in trouble and the plagiarist and copyright comes in. So that's why we have a beautiful box in the style box where you can bring your own writing and ask Sudowrite, what is your voice? What is your style? And it's going to let you know. And you can put that in the style box and write that way. That's the way to go about it. But yeah, the plagiarist and the copyright is depending on what you tell the AI to write about. That's where things can happen. And if you understand what I'm saying, it's not the AI fault. It's because you ask the AI to write the same way of Harry Potter books, by example. Okay, so be very careful if you publish a book and you can have some copyright issue. Do not ask the AI or Sudowrite to write in the style of that book. But I will show you how to put the style of the writer in the box, and then you have your own style instead of saying, because as soon as you put down that you want to write like Harry Potter, or you put part of Harry Potter book in here, then the AI, knows that, okay, that's Sudowrite, and I'm writing about Harry Potter, so I'm going to keep going with the story. But that's because you ask it to do so, okay? All right, so let's see if it can give me more at the end of my, and with this, my screen's so big, it's not allowing me to see everything in one shot. Here we go. Oh, that's too small. Okay. Chapter 2. So what comes next after that? Yeah, it doesn't give me my autocomplete magic. And we always have a tendency to go in the bottom and see where he's doing that. First off, come on. He's not giving it to me. Right here. To complete. Place your cursor at the end of a text. That's what I did. But it's not giving it to me. All right, now it's going. So one thing to know, it's less frustrating. The one which is going to be highlighted, when you click on the right button, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so even if you click here and you're looking for if it's going to show up, it's not going to show up. Once you click in, you have to go back and click on this and put your cursor where you want it. So right now it's writing what comes after this here in that little story of Maya. And you get the result on this right panel. There we go. So basically here, he's telling me what he think is going to happen after this. If I like it, and it's going to give me 2 cards. And remember, every card that you generate, you get charge credit for it. So Maya in the hurry after Azra, trying to keep the distance. And then Maya hurried after Azra, seems that Azra. I like when there's a lot of conversation, and this one has more dialogue. So I'm going to insert this one in there. So we had a detailed first chapter, second chapter, and it stopped after a few words. So I said, okay, I like the chapter 2, keep going, and it's going to keep going and write. And remember, I didn't change anything into my details. So he's still doing the 500 2 cards best prose. And maybe this will have to be removed because we're not doing a poem anymore. So I might not be surprised that there's some poetic in there, but maybe not. Okay, so write. You can have follow the instruction. Basically, this one is make suggestion. You can write what you want to see changing. So if you are highlighting a section of a paragraph and says, okay, as the day went by, you can say, well, this is not the day, this is the night, kind of thing. So in the front, it says, write your own. This is night time. And rewrite. And it's going over here to the right. We just need to wait a little bit. Can you explain how to charge work? Sure. What do you mean by charge works? As a credit or adding something inside the Sudowrite? $500 words per card. Yeah, the maximum I want per card is 500 words. So it doesn't use all my credit. So remember earlier I told you about, it can show you all that we use in credit. So here, I did ask for guided write and it used 2,300 credit. And it's 500 words each or around 500 words each. So we have 1,000 words and that's what it cost me in credit. When we did the best prose Autocrit, it cost me 3,696. The brainstorm, the first draft, the plugin, all these are very well described here. Does that answer your question, Uji? Good. So you see my cards here. So I said this is, it says as a day went by, I said this is not a day, it's a night. So the sun had begun to its evening descent. So he knows this is going to be the night. It's fading sunlight glittering off the empty space and Azra's neck. So what I can say, okay, I like the idea. You can insert it. You can insert both if you want. Or one thing here, if you like one or less the other, things like that, you just go thumbs up and thumbs down. So I like this one. And I need to move this. And I really like this one because I like dialogue a lot. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but I'm going to put it in the stars so I can come back later. And what I mean by that is you have the story here. And then here you have the star. It says, I like this one a lot, but I don't have all the time in the world to go and read everything. So I'm going to save it in my star. So it's going to be here for you to come back to. And then you still have your history too. All right. So we have our project that we start. We have a story for middle school. And you also know this is how you can enter new stories here. Now, let's get something a bit more fun. So, oh yeah, we have rewrite. There's so much things on top. It's very hard to go through everything there. And we're already almost at the hours. So the rewrite. Careful with this one. It's also asking you how many cards you want. You can say 2. So if I want to rewrite this part here, I find that it's a bit very short. You can do the rewrite here. You can also add description, expand, visualize, and again, you can chat directly with it. So if I go to the rewrite, as you can see here, it's asking me what I want to rewrite. A phrase, I want it shorter, more descriptive, show not tell, inner conflict, more intense, or customize. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try show not tell what it's going to do with that. So my throat tightened and my voice quivered as I forced out the question, "Who are you?" The stranger's face remained blank, but his hands clenched into a fist at his sides, ready for a fight. So compared to who are you? I managed to choke out, my voice shaking. So you can tell that it did show you a lot more details of what's going on in the scene, along with the same little short sentence. This one is who are you? Basically, that one is a little bit of bigging inside of it. So I said, okay, that's cool. So my throat tightened and a stutter. Interesting. You see? So how you can use this. So if you bring your own program or your own stories in, you can go and use all those up here. Brainstorm, asking to get more information, describe, expand. So we can ask this one here. We can say, can you please describe, this is too long. Let's see, sitting in my room with a ghost. This one might be interesting for, you can expand or ask for more description, but you can also ask visualize. For book for children and other books, it's nice sometimes to have a picture. So it's sitting in his room with his favorite book and kind of a nice picture you can get here. So you can click visualize and it's going to give you a picture here. You may like it, you may not like it, but it's yours. One thing about Sudowrite that I really, really love, everything you are producing out of Sudowrite, image, text, is yours. There's no copyright problems. Oh, that's a nice one. So you see that person is sitting reading a books and there's a ghost, a closet in a corner. It's a pretty good image for that little chapter. So I like it. Put up, and I'm going to insert it right there. So you can see how you can build a book, picture book, visualization book with Sudowrite right here. And that kind of also gets your imagination going. All right. Okay, we are on the hours, and I can go for hours showing you everything. And this is just the basic, because 101 is really just the basic to show you how to work with Sudowrite. And I didn't even have a chance to touch down into the Story Bible or Canvas, which is beautiful system to go through. So before I go too far, I would like to know if you have any question to ask me, because I don't want to lose everybody, and because at the hours people go back to work. So any question on what we have done so far? You can unmute, you can ask question, raise your hands, put it in chat. So how many people we have left?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So I haven't signed up. I'm just doing the trials. I'm just trying to figure out if it's something that I need to have. So in your opinion, what's the best way to have this work in sync? What I'm basically, if I'm starting off and I want to make sure that I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Everything I'm doing is aligned with the way that I want it to be. What's the best way to start to make sure that as I'm going along, I have a good sequence and everything is flowing the way that I want it, so I don't finish a whole book and realize, oh, this wasn't what I really wanted.
Okay. So how far did you go in Sudowrite? Did you use the Story Bible and the Canvas yet?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you find out about the Story Bible and the Canvas? How'd that go?
It was good. I already have a couple of stories. The disadvantage that I had with that is that it kind of confused me more. I had one storyline that I wanted, and it gave me different options, and I started going with so many different options that I forgot what my initial was. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the best way to just have everything aligned? If you have a storyline that you want, and you want to build on that, so that you don't keep going into other things based on the requirements, just basically how to clean things up so you're on the right track. And if it's charging based on the cards and credits, I don't want to end up doing a whole bunch of different chapters recommended and finding out that, okay, I've actually gone off chart for me.
Okay.
I've gone off chart from the original of what I really wanted to do.
Okay. Do you have an outline for the one you're doing right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So once you're in the Story Bible, and that's for everybody on the call today, in Story Bible, you can bring your own information. Oh, this is messy. Okay. Let's see if I can get to a new, because it's giving me a few things in the background. Let's get a new project. And let's go in the Story Bible. So in the Story Bible, this is a lot of magic going on in the Story Bible. You have your brainstorm where you can bring your story in. If you have your outline, you can put it right here and you can work it out. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you quickly, and I know we lost a lot of people on the way because as soon as we get to the 1 hour mark, we lose people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you quickly, and tomorrow on the 201, I'm going to show all those again. This is how to make an outline out of a story that you may have an idea. You can choose what kind of structure you want, the hero's journey, Hollywood, circle, story circle, or romance outline. So let's go with the hero's journey. And I'm going to ask to have a story outline about Eva, the astronaut, and I know it's going to be, come on. Journal. Hey, what happened to my astronaut? He doesn't want to do it. Okay. Something is wrong with my keyboard. Astro. There. Eva the astronaut. Astronaut. What's wrong with this? Astro. Oh, he doesn't like the female version of it. And I'm going to Eva the astro journal. Let's see, in the year 3021. All right, just an idea of creating a new story outline for a hero, and Eva is the hero. I'm going to generate a outline here. Could you explain the brain dump again? I will. I'm going to use that outline and bring it in the brain dump and show you what we can do with brain dump. All right, so you give me a outline. This is one of the fastest way to get the outline with Sudowrite is going into Canvas. And then it's going to give you, and I'm not going to read it, I'm just going to use it to bring inside. So you go here in the 3 dot, copy outline. And tomorrow I'm going to show you how to expand each of those cards and produce an outline you want. Or bring your own outline. This is like a big pin board where you can add everything you need for your story, okay? But I will go deeper tomorrow in this one. Go home, project, going to brain dump. And like you said you have your outline already. You bring it here. All right, so he knows what we have. The part 1, the ordinary world, Eva skills, astronaut, live in a space, ship, and all that. All right, so in the brain dump, you can bring your story, you can bring your idea, you can also ask the same thing, give me 5 ideas of stories, and it can give you that too. The brain dump is to put everything you know about your story or what you want to do, and you have up to 2,000 words. Does that explain the brain dump a bit here, Levent? you need to log in and sign up for the 202 and the 301 to get in tomorrow. All right. So the brain dump is really everything you know about your story. I could have gone, sorry, my dogs. You could have gone and get the story that we got, the first two chapter of the other story we did earlier. We could bring it here. Now, what I did is go into Canva and I ask for an outline. We know it's a fiction story, and I'm not going to put more than that. It's fiction. The style, I'm not going to use it right now. And you can ask for a synopsis right here. Now, what's good to know about these? You know those interrogation points we have? This is going to tell you that the brain dump is going to do for you the synopsis. It's going to take everything you put there and it's going to make a synopsis for you. And then later on, is going to use the brain dump to build beats. And when you get your beats, you get your prose and you get your first chapter written. But this is 201 again. So let's see. The genre is going to affect the outline, the beats, and the prose. The style is going to affect the beats and the prose. And the synopsis is telling you that it's generated based on the genre and the brain dump, sorry. So here in the genre, if you want to put more information, like it's a fiction for adults, you can put it there. So it's going to give you a synopsis which reflects a fiction story for adult. You can put a lot more information in the genre that you want. And then from here, it's going to give you a synopsis. And you just click synopsis generating. And it's giving you a synopsis of the story of Eva. In the year 2021, Eva is a skilled astronaut living in the spaceship, her home among the stars. One day, she received a distress signal from the nearby planet and tasked with the leading of a team for investigation. The consequence for not responding could result in a loss of an entire civilization. So we have a pretty good story starting here. So you see how fast that can go? Any question this far? Sorry, I had an emergency and I could not watch. We'll re-sign up. Okay, no problem, Sandra Mary. Okay, so this is the 101, and it's just scratching the surface of everything we can do with the starting of the Sudowrite. Like I said, it's a huge program. There's a lot of information, a lot of tools, and it's very hard to give everything in 1 hour. So tomorrow, we're going to go a lot deeper. We're going to take this story and make out a starting to work everything else that we can work with Sudowrite, and that's make you understand how to do a biography if you want to do a biography. Everything else, a short story, we're going to go deeper on that tomorrow. You're going to receive an email also at the end of this class, or you may also already have the emails because at the hours they send the email automatically. Please answer if you like the class and what else you like to see in the class, or if you had something you really wanted to see today, or if you're happy with the class and we just keep on going. So it's very appreciated. So we'll learn to as much as possible from you guys of what you like. So I'm going to stop the recording, and the one who stayed behind, if you have question out of recording, you can ask your question. So I thank you everyone for being with me today on my first class after being so sick. Thank you.